I'm going to show you how to make a ribbon cake or multicolor cake. For this recipe I'm using a 22 centimeter round cake pan, a non-stick one, so I'm not going to use a paper. If not, you have to use a paper. Then 250 grams of butter, 3 eggs, and 250 grams of caster sugar, and 340 grams of self-raising flour, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 180 milliliters of milk. And I'm using two colors, one green and one pink, and I'm going to use the other one normal color that I get when I do this batter. So to start this, I'm going to beat the butter and sugar first. I'm going to beat the butter and sugar until it's nice and fluffy. I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla into that. When the butter is nice and fluffy, add the eggs one by one and mix it really well. After mixing the eggs with the butter and sugar, add the flour and mix it on low speed about a minute or two. While mixing, add the milk little by little. After mixing the cake, divide the cake into three different bowls, or you can use one as the mixing bowl and another two, and divide it equally onto each bowl. If you can't measure it properly, use the scale to measure equal amounts, or the eye to think about the equal sizes. So leave one like this and mix the others with the colors, whatever the color you like, or if you like to add any other color into this, it doesn't matter. Now I have three different colors, so I'm going to put one layer of one color into the bottom of the baking tray and spread it smoothly without touching the edges with the color, because it will mix if you do it. You have to be very neat and tidy. Slowly spread this on the bottom of the pan. After adding the green layer to the bottom, I like to add the yellow layer next. If you like, you can do this in three different trays, or one at a time, and sandwich it with cream or butter icing, but I like to do it this way, then you don't have so many layers with cream in this one. But if you like, you can do it separately and sandwich it with butter icing. Now on the green layer I added the yellow layer. Now I'm going to add the pink layer on top of this one. I finish laying the cake, so the green, yellow and red. Now I am going to bake this preheated oven 160, fan forced, about 30 to 40 minutes. I finished baking the cake, so I am going to take the frame off and leave it on a wire rack until it cools down to do the icing. I am going to ice this cake. For that I am using 180 grams of butter with 3 cups of icing sugar and a little bit of milk, and I am going to mix it until it's smooth. I prepared the butter icing, so I am going to divide that into halves, so one half in one bowl, and I am going to mix a little bit of pink coloring into the other one. And use a palette knife and take the cake and just apply the icing on top and on the sides. You don't need to be neat when you are doing this, so just apply the icing on top of the cake. I applied the icing just smoothly on and around the cake, and I'm going to leave that and going to add coloring. So into one half I'm going to add a little bit of pink, and the other half just as the same as normal icing. You can pipe anything that you like to pipe, so I am using a star nozzle and I'm going to pipe roses around the cake. So Just press the nozzle a little bit and release the icing, and after just turn it around to make it like a rose. So I'm going to do 2 pink and 2 yellow ones like that. I'm going to fill the whole cake with the roses like this. You can do any other kind of icing that you like, any design that you like to do around the cake. I finish icing the cake with the roses, and I'm going to leave this in the fridge to set before I cut it. Thank you for watching.